Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video. I have been doing a bit of thrifting since I showed you my last thrift haul, which I think was back in March or possibly February. I have been doing some thrifting since then, and I'm going to do 2 thrift haul videos coming up, this being the first one, and then there's going to be another one soon. This one today is specifically like pastel-y pieces. Some of them arguably aren't entirely pastel, but I'm categorizing these as sort of a pastel side, and then the other one is going to be a collective thrift haul of a bit of everything. Because I've been thrifting some really nice pieces that just aren't very summery. Some of that is still summery, just not pastel. You're gonna see that when you see that. I want to share it all with you, but it would be too long to make into just one video. So I'm starting with this one, which is a little bit more summer oriented, although some of these pieces can definitely be worn in not summer, and some of the things I'll show you in the other video can be and will be and possibly already have been worn in summer now. So back a little while ago, I was complaining about how summer wasn't happening, or how spring hadn't sprung when I felt like it should be spring. Like early May, it should be warmer than it was. Seems like the weather gods are choosing to challenge me on this, because it's now being speculated that this summer will be as bad, as warm, as horrendously sticky as the summer of 2018 was. And if you're not a Swede, if you don't live in Sweden, it was bad. It was very bad. Like, we're talking temperatures 30 degrees, 35 degrees Celsius, which is not what we are accustomed to or used to, or what I personally want. 24 degrees is perfect. 24 degrees and a light breeze, I'm happy. 30, I am boiling. 35, let's not go there. So it's now being speculated that 2023 will be just as warm as 2018 was, and that is not ideal. I will deal with it as it comes, but I did pick up some pieces with that in mind, not specifically because the summer's going to be warm, but I think they're going to be good to have. So without further ado, I have a basket next to me on the floor. I'm just going to pull things out, show them to you, do a try and clip. Let's get on with it. So the first thing I have to show you is this dress. This is actually potentially a nightgown based on the shape and the little embroidery flower situation on the front. It has a tag, but it's completely washed out, like you can't read anything on this tag, and it's giving nightgown, which I don't mind. Like, I've recently, in recent years, been exploring more oversized things on myself. I have been someone who dresses very, not necessarily super tight clothes, but like fitted clothes. Fitted at the waist, cinched in, which I will still do with some of these pieces, don't you worry. And I'm exploring more oversized stuff than I have been doing. This isn't particularly oversized, it's just very straight up and down. Could definitely put a belt with it to cinch it in a bit. Could wear it as a nightgown. Will be wearing it as a dress, that is my intention. With it being a very pastel-y yellow though, it is potentially a little bit see-through. I haven't actually worn it yet outside of the fitting room, but I think it's fine. I mean, I don't mind if people are like, oh, I can see your bra. Yeah, okay, I'm wearing a bra. Big deal. So I think it'll be fine, but like as I'm holding it up to the light now, you can definitely see where my arm is and where it's just the shirt or the dress. Despite it being a bit see-through, it is a thicker cotton, which I think can also help with the see-through bit, even though, again, the arm test showed what it showed. But I'm intending to wear this as a dress in the summer. I think it's going to be very breezy, hopefully, and I look forward to wearing it, even though I don't look forward to the temperatures that we are expecting, because too warm. Next up is a similar item, but this is definitely supposed to be a dress, and it's this like lilac-y, light purple number, similar shape to the other one, the one with the flowers on it. This is completely solid colored, and then it has some slits going up at the side. This is also much longer than the yellow one. I have already worn this. I wore this recently with a purple belt that I also thrifted. I had real good belt luck on a trip. I found a purple, I found a red, and I found a turquoise belt that were all, they fit real well. They were really nice belts. So I have already worn this, and it was really, really comfortable. And like breezy enough, the belt cinched it in to give me a bit of shape because that's what I wanted on that day, but airy enough that like even if it would be a much warmer day than it was when I wore it, it would still be breezy, I think. Also a bit of a thicker cotton, but this is definitely softer than the yellow one. Next up we have a tank top, because I realized that if it's going to be as warm of a summer as they say, tank tops are probably good to have. And I have some basic thin strapped ones, like spaghetti strap ones. I have black ones. I have some black ones with wider bands too. A white one and like a nude beige color. But all of those are neutrals, and I wanted to find something a little bit more colorful. And so I found this, which is like a lime green. It's showing up a little bit more like apple green, like Granny Smith apple green on the camera for me right now, but it's more of a lime kind of color. Also, if you saw my color analysis online quiz video, I'll put it up here. Like none of these things, very few of these things are in my colors. I don't care. This is a lovely color. It's gonna look great in summer. It's gonna look great year round, but it's a very summery piece to me at the moment, and we're entering in summer, so great. Wide-ish straps and just a normal tank top, no racer back or anything, just pretty straight up and down, and it's gonna be really nice to wear in the warm, sweaty, warm days. Now, when I was out on a little thrifting trip and I found most of these things on the same day, just in different stores, I was on the lookout for a linen shirt, like a button-down linen shirt. My husband has some that he wears a lot, especially in summer, and I wanted to find one for myself because of all the good properties that linen has in summer. Now, I didn't have much luck finding a linen one, but I'm not too upset because I found this. This is cotton, 100% cotton, and it's this gorgeous, again, it's not showing up quite right on camera, but it's this gorgeous turquoisey aqua kind of color, and I think it's gonna look great with this. If it's ever warm but gets chillier at night, I think these two pieces together are gonna look so good, but also just this on its own, buttoned up, tied at the waist, rolled up sleeves, rolled down sleeves, tucked in, tucked out, whatever. I think this is gonna be a gorgeous piece. I love this color. I think it's a really, really pretty color, and I think I look good in it. So there's that as well. My husband has some that are really similar. Again, his are linen, this is cotton, but he has like very similar colors to this. He has a light blue one and then a light green one, and this just fits kind of nicely right in between. There is a risk that he's gonna be borrowing this from me, just like I keep saying I'm gonna borrow some shirts from him and then just never do. But this is so nice, and I look forward to wearing this a lot. Alright, next up, you probably know, I definitely know, that I have a bit of a problem when it comes to white button downs. I have several. I wear them a lot. I have ones that I wear more in summer because of their material or shape of them, and then I have more wintry ones because I like to layer those. I don't really layer much in summer, and so on, even though I just said I'd wear the lime tank top and the turquoise shirt layered. But either way, I have a problem, and when I say problem, I don't actually mind. I just love white shirts, and I think they look really good. I really like how I feel and look in them, and I couldn't resist this one. Like, I never really go looking for white shirts, they just find me, okay? I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see it with me just holding this up, so the try-on portion might do a better job, but it has this gorgeous, gorgeous lace detail both on the front and back, which is see-through because it's lace with a lot of space in it. Lace with space, that rhymed. And it's a bit of a thicker, sturdier material. This is more of what I would call a autumn-winter kind of shirt because I could layer this. It's not as breezy as I might like a summer one, but I will definitely wear it in the summer. It fits really well, a little bit oversized if I remember correctly. I haven't actually filmed the try-on clip yet, and it has been a few weeks since I bought this, but it's stunning. It is absolutely stunning, and I could not leave it behind. And it was ridiculously cheap. I think it was like $3, the equivalent of like $3. And as I picked it up from the rack, it's a relatively cheap secondhand store that I went to, but sometimes, you know, things are branded or high demand, and then they'll, you know, raise the prices, which I understand. And I was like, this is gonna be really expensive, but I have to look at it, because I picked it up, I saw how cool it was, and I was like, okay, it's gonna be expensive. And I've started doing this thing where like I'll pick something up or I'll see something and I make a mental note, like, okay, if it's less than this much, I will go ahead and try it on if it's my size. Because if it's more than that, I'm not willing to pay that, and then I shouldn't try it on and fall further in love with it. And it was so ridiculously cheap for what it is, and I love it. And yeah, it's great. Now, while on the topic of white shirts, this one qualifies, but it's not entirely pastel, so bear with me. This is a split shirt, which I have a project waiting for me to take the time to do it, but it's flannels, so it's more autumn winter appropriate in a way. I have 2 flannels that I want to turn into one flannel by splitting them down the back and sewing them together, basically. I might also be switching some sleeves and the collar and stuff. But I found this, which is half white shirt and half blue and white striped. I love this. I love this. And the funny thing is, to me at least, that the older I get, I'm nearing 30, which is not very old, but the older I get, I am drawn to certain pieces, like this, for example, which my mom would definitely have worn when I was a kid. Like, this to me screams my mom, the way her style was when I was a kid. And I'm definitely drawn to things that she would never put on, or would have put on either, because I'm very eclectic in what I like and what I wear and what I want on my body. But this is such a mom, like my mom thing to me. Also a bit oversized, not as form-fitted as some other things I would have worn in the past, or still have and still wear, but I love it so much. And second funny thing with this, to me, is that I didn't actually pick this out. Something else that I got picked this out. Because I had been to a thrift store and I tried some things on. I had put some stuff on the go back rack, and the store was closing in like 5 minutes. And for some reason, I decided to walk. Like, I was where the cashier was, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna look over there for a second. And as I went there, I had a little basket on wheels behind me. I got stuck. Like, I got pulled back because the hanger of something else that will be in the other video latched on to this, where it was hanging on its rack. And I'd been where this was and I hadn't seen it, so that either just put new merchandise out or someone had put it back. And I looked at it and I knew it should probably fit because it's a larger size than I usually buy, but I thought it would be reasonably oversized. And there was no time for me to try this on because the store, as I've said, was closing. So I just put this in my basket and hoped for the best, and I am really happy that I did because I really like how it fits. Okay, I have 3 things left to show you, and I'm going to start with something floral. Now, like I've told you before, there is a running gag in my household that I will be watching something, or I'll be out and about or at work, and I'll go, oh, I love their dress, and then I'll pause and I'll go, of course I do, because it's floral. I love floral dresses, that's not a secret. I have fewer now than I did once upon a time because life changes, and so does bodies, and that's okay. But I found this, and I found this at the same place that I got the yellow one and the purple one from before. The yellow one I'm still not convinced isn't a nightgown, and this might also be a nightgown, but I don't mind. This is a strappy, like sort of spaghetti strappy top. It's long, it's floral, and it has buttons down the front. This, again, a bit oversized, a bit loose, and I think that'll be really good for if this summer becomes the heat wave that we're expecting it to become. And just like, we're in June now, I'm filming this June 12th, and this upcoming week we're expecting 29 degrees, so I'm gonna need airy breezy things. Now this is long, which might be a disadvantage, but it's long and not tight, and that still allows air to get in. I love this pattern, I love the florals, I love pink, so don't mind the straps, and I think it's gonna be really, really comfortable for summer. Next up is this dress. It's not floral. Shocking. I mean, several of these things were not floral, so it's fine. It's a spaghetti strap dress. It's sort of white and, I almost want to say gold, white and mustard, white and beige, white and gold, depending on the light you look at it in. It's a maxi dress with a couple of ruffles at the bottom, or like, not ruffles, ruching? Tiered? It's tiered, that's what it is. And I really like the comfort of this. I was a bit hesitant because I looked at it on and I was like, it's not the most flattering. Not everything has to be flattering, does it? It's very nice. It's also lined with cotton. It is a cotton dress and it has a cotton lining in it as well, which doesn't hurt. I like having a lining in my dresses, especially if they are potentially see-through based on colors and fabric. I think it's going to be really comfortable. Yes, a slip or a lining means more fabric, means warmer, but it's fine. I like it. It's going to be nice. And lastly, I have another item that I might be sharing with my husband, although maybe not. He tried this on when we were thrifting and then he said that it wasn't for him. It didn't fit quite the way he wanted it to. But I loved these colors too much to not try it on. This is another men's shirt. Again, I don't really care. And it is a medium, which too small for him, too large for me, typically, if we go by standard sizing. But it's this pattern. It's a checkered shirt. Maybe it isn't all that special, but it's a very soft cotton. It has a very nice soft feel to it. But the shades of these colors, and I'm realizing now that they look a lot more pastel from the back than they do the front, which is interesting. So borderline not pastel, but that's fine. It's just very soft and smooth, and like it doesn't have a stiff collar or anything. There is a collar, but it's not stiff. And this with some shorts this summer, or jeans if it's cold enough for that, I think it's gonna be really nice. I think it's gonna be really nice, and this might be something we share. I like the idea of this open as well, but with like a little bralette or something. I think that'll look really cute. And there we have it. Those are the pastel or pastel adjacent items that I wanted to show you in this video. Let me know down below which was your favorite item and if you have any styling ideas for any of them. I'll be back soon with the sort of part 2, a collective haul that is not pastel, bearing in mind that it has a knit sweater in it that I don't know if I want to try on in this weather, but I will, and that will be in that video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with another video soon, so I hope to see you then. Bye!